What's poppin', Diva Gang? How are y'all doing today? Today I'm gonna be showing you how to get them toes nice and right for summertime. We're not even gonna just paint them, we're gonna be giving ourselves a full pedicure using dollar store products. So if you want to see how I achieve this look for less, then just stay tuned. So I'm starting out with these press-on toenails. I love press-on toenails because personally my nails on my toes and my hands just don't grow out very long or very thick, and I love press-on toenails because they give me the look of like a full thick acrylic toenail without like the commitment or the damage. So that's what I'm doing today. And y'all know I don't usually be buffing no nails, but press-on toenails are actually pretty, you know, they're pretty small, so it's not really nothing to just go ahead and buff them. And I like to put them on my stand backwards because they're a little hard to paint with like those tabs on them, and you do need those tabs for like some easier application. So that's a little tip for you if you want to keep your polish application just a little bit like more cleaner. Just keep the tabs on them and put them on the nail stand backwards. So after I did that, I went in with a coat of my Salon primer, and I do still like to do that after I buff, just because, you know, your feet, you do a lot with your feet. You know, if you work, you're standing all day, you know, so having that extra layer of just adhesion and protection just makes me feel a lot more secure. And I wanted like a pretty bubblegum shimmery pink color, so I'm using colors from the Femi Beauty collection. I mixed Shortcake and Frickin' together to get this really pretty bubblegum pink color, and it came out actually really pretty. I'm using a smaller acrylic brush to actually apply the gel polish to the toenails, because I try to do it with a gel brush, and you know, because it's not out of a bottle and the polish isn't kind of all together, it was coming out kind of streaky, and this acrylic brush just helped me be able to pick up everything and get like nice even layers. And I did do about 3 coats of this color. So, and as you can see, it's like a really pretty bubblegum salmony kind of pink color. I was just feeling like the pink glittery vibes for some reason. I know, you know, what they say about white toes and all that, but you know, my last pedicure was white, and I was just, you know, I'm kind of over white toes, to be honest. Like I'm just over it. Like can we get some color, please? So we're going with this pretty bubblegum pink color, and I had mixed in, like I said, this is Shortcake and Frickin' mixed together, and this color was so pretty. It was like pretty much spot on to what I wanted, but I wanted it to be more shimmery. Like I wanted really shimmery, bright, colorful, out of this world toenails, and it just wasn't enough for me. So after I went in with the 3 coats of that color mixture, I did go over it with a coat of Peachy, and I don't regret it, but it did kind of take away a little bit of the you know, the bubblegum pinkness, and it did kind of tone it down just a little bit though, and it made it a little bit more of a neutral pink color. It's still really pretty, and you probably really can't even tell right here, but you know, because it has so much gold in it, it did kind of like tone it down a little bit, but it's still really cute. It did make it really shimmery. I thought about going in with my Macart holographic top coat, but you know, it wasn't gonna be really enough for me in this case, so that's why I decided to do that. Now I'm going in with a layer of top coat. This is that top coat from the Macart Femi Beauty collab kit, and I just whipped that out, did 1 quick coat, and cured it for 60 seconds. I do end up doing another layer of top coat after the toenails are actually applied, just because, you know, I like them to be nice and shiny, so that's why I ended up doing that. And yeah, this is kind of like how they look so far. They're really cute, really pretty. Comment below, let me know, how do you feel about the press-on toenails? Do they bother you? Do they make you angry? Comment below and let me know. I know it's a little bit of a polarizing kind of topic, you know, and a lot of people say the press-on toenails are like dangerous or whatever, but I'm like, girl, no, bye. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, and I did want to make sure I showed you guys how to make the toenails and also how to apply them. Wow, my air conditioner just cut on. That's really creepy. Wow. Okay, let me turn it off. That was so creepy. My air conditioner literally just cut on by itself. Anyway, so after I had all of my layers of gel polish applied, I just went around the sides of the toenails just to shape them up a little bit. You could see these toenails are actually pretty square, so I didn't have much to do, but you know, we did kind of do a lot of layers of gel polish, and I didn't want them to look really bulky on my nails, so that's why I just went in and shaped up the side walls. And now this is an extra step. It's optional. You don't have to do this if you don't have an e-file, but I do like to, just because I have an e-file at my disposal. I'm using a sanding band. You can use any sanding band, and I'm just kind of roughing up the bottom of the toenails because it helps them adhere to your natural toenails a lot better, and it helps them stay on a lot longer. One of the main problems that I find with these toenails, and a lot of reasons a lot of people probably don't like them, is because they get greenies or whatever, so that'll help the nail actually stay on. And as you can see, the toenails came out really cute. So now let's work on these feet, honey child. So the first thing that I'm doing is just washing my feet, getting them nice and clean, going in between the toes with these exfoliating gloves. I love these. If you don't use exfoliating gloves, girl, it is 2021. Get with it. So I just went in and gave my feet a nice scrub so they were nice and squeaky clean. Now I'm going in with this callus remover tool. If you have callus remover solution, you can use that too, but I just went in with like a little more soap. And I'm just going in and removing the dead skin. Now this right here is key, okay? I got this from Amazon for like $4, I think. It wasn't expensive at all, and it works like a charm. For anyone doing their own pedicures at home, you need this, okay? If there's one thing that I hate, it's a dry, cracked, just crusty, scratchy heel. And you know, the thing does kind of pop out. Look at all that. That's all dead skin, y'all. So yeah, I went in with this tool. I just went all over. I got my bunions, I got my heels until I was satisfied. Be careful though, because you can take off a little bit too much skin. And little disclaimer, I'm not a professional, but this is just what I do to get my toes nice and right for the summertime. I've been doing this for some time now, and it works great. So yeah, now I'm going in with some Dove body scrub, just a little bit, and I'm using a pumice stone to remove the remainder of the dead skin and just kind of smooth it over. You know how like you file your nails, but then you buff them just to smooth the surface out a little bit more? This is kind of like that last step. It'll just help you get the surface nice and smooth, remove any dead skin that was left behind, and it just feels nice, to be honest. It does tickle a little bit, so if you have ticklish feet issues, you're gonna suffer just a little bit. Just a little warning, I guess. And as you can see, the foot is nice and soft and supple, but there is one more thing to do, and that is to shave them toes. If there's one thing that I hate, it's a nice slayed pedicure with some hairy ass toes. So please make sure you shave them toes, honey girl. So that's just what I did just then. And now we're ready to start the rest of the pedicure. I just went in and clipped my toenails first, just like you would if you were applying press-on nails on your hands. I just went in and clipped my toenails so that they were nice and short and they could sit under the press-on toenails really easily. Then I went ahead and I buffed the surface. You could also use the sanding band to do this step, but I didn't feel like plugging it in and whatever have you, so after I did that, I went in and I wiped the nail surface with an alcohol pad. And I should have done this before using the alcohol pad, but I am using this cuticle remover tool. I don't have much cuticle growth on my toes in particular, but I do still like to go ahead and remove what's there anyway. Now I'm using my favorite Salon primer, and I'm doing actually 2 coats of primer on each foot. And then I'm also going to be using a base coat. And I like using a base coat when I'm doing this method because, like I said, it really helps the glue and everything just adhere and stay on for a really long time and keep your toes looking nice for a very long time. So that's what we're doing here. And I finally plugged in this little mini lamp that came in the kit, and I freaking love it. It's so handy. So thank you, Femi. yeah, after I did that, it's just time to apply the toenails. We're pretty much almost done at this point. I just use the Macart glue. I think I'm using the Macart glue here. And another good glue to use actually to do this is the Kiss Max Speed glue, because it dries really fast and it does stay on for a very long time. So if you want like a real good glue to do this, I highly recommend you use that glue. And yeah, this is why it's kind of important to keep those tabs on, those little plastic tabs, because I've done it before where I clip them off before making the nails, and it kind of just like makes it harder. You know, it's a little bit more messy. You end up kind of getting glue all over your fingers. So when you keep the tabs on, you know, you can keep everything a little bit neater and all that good stuff. So yeah, that's just what you see me doing here. And then once I have all of the nails applied to the toes, I'm going to cut the tabs off with scissors. I don't like to pull them off just with my hands, because you can kind of pull off some of the gel polish if you do that. So I just find it easier to just go ahead and cut them off with some little you know, those little nail scissors that sometimes people use on the cuticle area. And so after I do that, I go in with a hand file and then I shape up the toenails just a little bit more, because I like a very sharp, square, you know, shaped, precise toenail. So that's what you see me doing right here at this moment. And I only go over the top of the toenail, like the free edge, I guess. I don't do anything else. I just go over that free edge, get it nice and right, make sure it's square, make sure it's even, and it comes out looking great. And I'm so glad that I discovered this method, because my toenail game before was just not strong at all. So, you know, being able to make these press-on toenails and give myself like an at-home pedicure has to be like one of the best things that I've ever been able to do in my like nail art journey. So I definitely recommend you all give this a try. Again, I'm not a professional, but you know, like I said, this is just what I do. This is what works for me, and it's a great method if you don't want to necessarily do acrylic toenails, but you still want to have the acrylic look. I definitely recommend you give this a try. And like I said earlier, I am gonna go over my pedicure with just one more layer of top coat just to seal everything in. And now I'm going in with some oil and just massaging my toes, getting them nice for my photos, you know what I'm saying? So that's what you see me doing right here. And now I'm just putting on some toe rings, because I'm really digging like the toe ring vibes right now. You know, it's a whole vibe, it's a whole look. I feel like such a 90s auntie, but I love it anyway. And so yes, girl, get you some nice toe rings and go out there and stunt with your nice toes and your toe rings. So this is pretty much the final result. What do you guys think? They're even bae approved. So yeah, girl, if you wondering, your man gonna be rubbing your feet, he gonna be like, oh babe, where you get your toes done now? You gonna be like, I did it myself. So yeah, this is the final result. Okay, can't stop, won't stop, get guap, 10 pink toes and them juicy flip-flops. Hey, okay, so comment below, let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know if you're gonna try this method. And yeah, I'm just in love with my pedicure. I love doing my own pedicures. It's so relaxing and therapeutic. So please give it a try. Please be safe. Do it at your own risk. And thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, I love you so much. Don't forget to like my video so it can get recommended to more divas like you. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.